Algar Productions.
This is the Post-Atomic Horror, the most comprehensive Star Trek podcast ever produced. Your hosts are Ron Algar Watt and Maggie Robotham. Episode 520, Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach, with Devlin Grimm.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Post-Atomic Horror. I'm Al.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Devlin.
Yay!
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
It has.
Actually, wait a minute. No, you did join us for Prodigy. I was like, were you here for Prodigy?
I was here for Prodigy, yeah.
It was.
Yep.
I think it was an early Prodigy.
Early-ish, because it was during
Season
that first
1
good
and not
season.
Season 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 2 was a bit of a slog, but it got real Voyager derogatory.
I would watch Prodigy be Voyager before I would watch some other things.
Well, I think what we had said was Season 1 was Voyager celebratory, and Season 2 was Voyager derogatory. Like, they took all the good things from it in the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would watch Prodigy be Voyager before I would watch Picard be The Next Generation.
That's fair.
That makes sense, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
this show
the
being
franchise might be collapsing in on itself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's been my feeling, but then this show being the original series, every time it does, I'm like, yeah, good. More of that.
Yeah, more of this, please. Less of everything else.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that falls off pretty quickly, as I recall.
Yeah, they did get real whimsical, but
I'm not looking forward to all the whimsy.
But there's this doesn't touch the plot yet. I don't want to step on your summary there, Devlin. But like, there's just a visual moment where we're on the planet and everything's just got a real distinctive color palette and aesthetic. Mm-hmm. And Pike's the only one, like Starfleet guy there, and just him standing there in his yellow shirt. It's like a long shot. Is so just like that shock of yellow and that heroic pose. It's just like, oh fuck, that's the good stuff.
Yep.
There's a lot of sort of 60s aesthetics and 60s feeling stuff in this. It does feel like a lost episode in a way.
Yeah, but in the best possible way. Like,
absolutely, yeah. Even the corny stuff works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed during fight sequences that the camera doesn't go Dutch a little bit.
I mean, it should, and also we should get more shots of Pike where like only his eyes are lit. Like,
yes,
they do some of those.
Do they? I haven't noticed. That's cool.
It's not just Pike though.
A lot more eyeshadow on all these.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Girls and guys and theys.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have like is there like a Vaseline filter that we can put on to like, for like any time a beautiful woman appears? Or Kirk?
I called him out a week or two ago. There's the hot guy in one of the consoles behind the captain's chair. And I think they gave him a name this week, and I wasn't paying close attention. I only kind of heard it. But like, he got a close-up when he was explaining something to someone, and he had the eye light. I was like, yes.
I was too distracted by realizing that he had the communicator earpiece in, and it was a different type of classic microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, that's great. More, please.
Well, he's not in communications. It's a different apparatus entirely.
Oh.
Ensign Shankar is his name.
Okay.
I heard Shocker.
I heard Shank.
Like that.
And I was like, that's not right.
Probably not.
I don't need to look that up to know that's not right.
Oh, Shankar, like Ravi Shankar.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a close-up of him with that classic eyeline and like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right. Devlin, why don't you tell us what happens in Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know.
Lift Us Up Where Suffering Cannot Reach. This is interesting because I'm usually here for the grandiose titles, but this one is a little flat.
They did speak it in the actual episode, I think is what ruined it for me.
Yeah, and it turns out it's actually like 3 stanzas longer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get some broad strokes going first.
All right.
Yay.
Handsome Captain Christopher Pike has taken the crew to do some star stuff in the Magellan system, where he once trekked before. Beautiful Uhura tells us that she's been training with striking Noonien Singh, and on the bridge they catch up with stunning number 1, sexy Spock, and gorgeous Ortegas. Jesus fucking Christ, this whole cast. I need a glass of water, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some asshole ship is shooting at some stupid shuttle. So the Enterprise calmly accidentally blows up the asshole ship. The survivors of the shuttle? First servant, a charming little prince of a boy who just wants to hang out and talk about super science. We love him. Elder something, the first servant's caretaker and, bio dad. That's how he introduces himself. This is like when that man that you hate complains about having to babysit his children, I guess. Oh, and Alora, the president of the planet. Turns out Chris saved her from some stupid shuttle 10 years ago. That is the kind of lazy, corny Star Trek writing I can really get behind. Mm-hmm. I'm happy Chris is going to have a little sexy time, but this lady dresses like Quark, delivers all her goofy, grandiose dialogue like the robotic ghost of Christmas past from the future, and looks like the only woman ever to suffer from twink death. Wow, that's so mean. I can't believe someone hacked into the Google Doc and wrote all that stuff for me to say. Even though the Magellans make a point of saying Starfleet is not welcome to stick their big Starfleet snoot around the Magellan business, Pike explains that Starfleet must stick its snoot on account of already having stuck its snoot. Security gang checks out the asshole ship wreckage, while medical gang hangs out with the kid and his elder. Pike and Alora discover that one of the, guards, Magellan Jedis, have betrayed them to the kidnappers. Luckily, they know this because the Magellan Jedi defaced a sacred oath coin and then tried to replace it with a fake oath coin. I'm glad this guard is dead because his deal was really stupid and confusing. Throughout the episode, we learn that Magellan is a highly advanced city in the clouds where all diseases have been eradicated, just like in the Jetsons. This whole civilization is built on science and sacrifice. They say that a lot. Science and sacrifice. They even have a tortured idiom about it, from where they get the tortured title of the episode. Science, sacrifice. Oh, and service. Just like how they have a first servant. That's so interesting. Isn't that so interesting? Language is so interesting. Noonien Singh thinks that language is interesting. She liberated some language stuff from the crash ship and has Uhura take a look. Uhura discovers that the kidnappers are not just jealous neighbors, but people who left Magellan. Now we come to the climax of the episode where you, patient viewer, discover the kind of friends that you have. Your regular friends will say, oh, it's just like that one Stephen King story. Your smart friends will say, oh, it's just like that Ursula Le Guin story. And your beautiful, genius, bodhisattva friends will say, oh, it's just like that South Park episode. The point is, the Perfect Planet weirdos are going to torture the kid to death. It unfolds over a remarkable 10 minutes. Alora and Pike are at a lovely TV budget Hunger Games party. She bites her lip and is all, want to go see the planet's basement? And they do, and it's strung up with horrible glowing tubes and an obvious torture chair, and the Jedis are taking something away from the torture chair, and all we know is that it's too small to ride the good roller coaster. And then Pike lifts the shroud, and it is a little kid's bugged out corpse, and I screamed. And then our favorite little science muppet gets plugged into the horror tubes, and it really sucks, you guys. Holy shit, it's so good. Alora explains that no one is really down with the whole setup, but that's how their perfect planet runs. She has a tidy little speech about utilitarianism, which sucks for the viewer because I do live in a world with squalor and starvation and death, and I know all about it, and I don't even get no diseases or to live in a Renaissance fair like this bitch. I just have a cell phone that I hate, and it hates me back. Chris fucks off from all of this. Really good for him. The end.
So there's a Venture Brothers reference that all three of us are quite fond of.
I think we all put it in the notes, too.
Yep.
Little orphan. Orphan boy.
An orphan.
A forsaken child?
Doc Venture, comedy over the top, like bad scientist, uses a small child to power his cloning machine.
Yep. Little orphan boy.
But here it's like, no, this is a perfect society that does this. And like, ooh, really? You're in the same camp as T.S. Venture, are you?
Mm-hmm. Oof. Rusty, as he liked to be called.
He's rusty.
Oh, my God.
This was a fucking great one, though.
So
I love this so much.
This is some Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
And of the first 10, this is the one like 2 years later that I still remembered. Like,
yes,
because Leaf said, I did not see that coming. I don't know if you guys did on your first viewing.
No.
Like, that, like, oh shit.
I knew something was up because, like, it's not subtle, but like,
no, but Star Trek never has the balls to follow through with something like this.
well, and the entire sequence where they plug this small, adorable Moppet into
And he's
the
like,
fucking
yay!
death chair.
Time for torture, yay! Mm-hmm. Like, he's into it.
Take the glowing tubes and latch them, and a fucking giant metal thing just like clangs, like it's the most elaborate, terrifying torture thing you could ever.
Oh my god!
Someone looked at like a dentist chair and says, "I think we can do better."
The tubes like snake out of the thing, and they go into his head, into his face, and he is like actually not on board with it.
No, but at a certain point he isn't. But like initially, he's like, "This is what I'm for. Time to sit down and take my medicine for the good of the people." And then, it's like, "Oh god, the pain."
Yeah, the very last 30 seconds of basically his life, he's like, "Oh wait, I don't. Oh no."
The bit afterwards where Chris is like, "Will he suffer?" and Alora's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh yes.
holy shit,
Oh,
this kid." Wow.
That's the point of it, man. It's a suffering machine. How could he not?
When's he gonna die? Eventually. Wow.
What I like is her little expository speech to him is, our ancestors built this to work only with the neural pathways of a child. We don't know why.
Yeah.
we don't
That's
know
it.
why.
She just, no, but it works, so nobody questions it anymore.
Chris, you gotta understand, we have been studying for years on how to do this on not a child, but it's gotta be a child.
Yeah. We don't know why it was like that originally, but, you know, what are you going to do?
It's
Stop
weird
doing
because it specifically has to be a child that like was raised lovingly and with joy and like,
Well, if it's about neural pathways, that might actually, like, it sounds silly, but honestly, that changes the way your brain works. So maybe maybe that is important.
Yeah. Raised lovingly with joy by his own parent.
Yeah. What I love, one of the things I love the most is the bait and switch of, you think, like, Devlin, I love you saying that guy you hate, because you're right. That is his vibe. But then it turns out, no, he wanted to save this kid. He thinks this is horrible. And in the last 10 minutes, you're like, oh shit, he was the hero. And Pike's new pretty girlfriend is the, like, I almost never fall for a twist like that, because we've watched 900 episodes of Star Trek and I've seen most of them. And like, they got me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Nope. World, like, mind actually blown. It was really good.
Once he sort of gives up the kayfabe and is like, oh no, I'm actually trying to take the society down and save the children. Then he also, I mean, there's a runner with M'Benga and his child, who's in the transporter. I almost said holodeck. I'm like, oh, that's a different episode. But he's like, yeah, I'm going to help you save your child now that I don't have to pretend that I don't give a shit about suffering.
That was so good because, like, M'Benga said in his, like, when people found out about his daughter, like, I know there's a cure out there, I'm going to find it. And this is a nice sort of, like, incremental step toward that. Like, and this guy we think is terrible is like, no, I want to help. And I don't want to get into your good thing here yet, Maggie, but, like, there's a reason he won't help him. And then he turns around and says, all right, I will help you after all. Let's get into that. What's your good thing?
All right, so we never get to see someone else prime directive the Federation, and that's great. Like, hey, can we get, like, some of your technology? Sorry, we don't actually share that with people with, like, lower civilizations than ours. Oh no, how ironic. Like, I would really like to believe that the Federation wouldn't build an entire society on the back of a dying child, ideally, but, you know, who knows?
I would also like to believe that. No, M'Benga and Chapel are both like, wait, your kid is taking our highly advanced tricorder and subdermal scanners apart and saying, oh, this is cute, like Legos. And like, what? And just the like their jaws dropping, like, you can do way better than this? Could you give us that? No.
Well, the thing is, like, we do get advanced, like, civilizations in Trek, like, on the regular, but usually the Federation's one supposed to be kind of the pinnacle, and two, if we do meet like civilizations, like they tend to be like the Q or something where it's like magic. This is like an actual people who live in houses and you can go visit them, and they're just like, yeah, no, this is ours actually.
Mm-hmm. No, it's great.
Well, can we get like a little bit? We'd love to, but it's against our entire civilization's rules. So shrug.
But the whole subplot, and Devlin, I understand why you didn't really touch on this in your summer because there's a lot of other shit going on.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
the whole sickbay thing with like this kid being so like a fucking genius, wandering over to the transporter and saying, "Oh, there's a kid in here. Let's play." Like it's such a double. I'm a genius and I found this kid you're hiding, and also I found a kid, so she's my friend now. It's so good.
I gotta say,
I really love.
I'm sorry, make it go on.
Oh no, the Mbenga going. I have a
project,
a project I'm working on, and the kid's just like, well, clearly that was a lie, and you have a child hidden somewhere. So I just went and looked for her.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is so charming, and despite like, oh, look at this primitive butcher's knife that I'm playing with, and like, oh, I liberated your child from a transporter. This like Wesley Crusher shtick that he has going, but he's like so fun and charming and wonderful and warm, and it's like you want to hang out with him.
I think it helps that he's like 8. Like when they're a smaller child, I think it's easier to swallow than when they're pubescent. But like he sells all the techno babble. Like whenever there's like, and I don't know how old he actually is, but 8 seems about right. Like someone who's clearly well before puberty and can still hold all the Star Trek nonsense in their head and deliver it plausibly. Like that's impressive, kid.
The bit where he's like set up the gas hoops for them to play hopscotch on, and Mbenga comes in, and the first thing he does is, I'm sorry, like it won't hurt or anything. I thought it would be really cool, and I thought you'd enjoy. I'm really, it won't do anything. I'm like, that is such a kid thing.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he like apologizes for getting her in trouble too.
Yes.
Like, oh, what an amazing little human being.
Yep. And I love. Oh, go ahead.
Mbenga also just like coming in and going like, I gotta put you back in the fridge, but like I never get to see my daughter play.
No, you got a friend. I can't tell any, like we don't have kids on this ship because it's not the Enterprise D, but also I can't tell anyone. So like you got me and that's it. And like the fact that there's another kid roughly her age that she just gets to hang out with, it's just like amazing.
You shouldn't have done this, but also now that it's happened, like
I
just want to watch this.
I mentioned this in his first appearance, and I keep bringing it up how incredibly dad-coded Mbenga is. And he literally has a child, but even without her, the way he deals with pretty much everyone on the crew is very dad-like. And it made me realize, usually that's the captain. Like, I'm trying to remember someone in a non-captain role being that sort of dad figure, and there might have been one or two, but it doesn't happen very often. And I think that's why it really impresses me is like, no, Pike's the daddy, like, and everything that implies. But Mbenga's the dad for sure.
Yes. Well, if anything solidified it was his fly fishing hat. Like, that's the hat of a dad.
The way he's talking to this kid is not really like a pediatrician, but like a dad.
No. And like a good dad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The bit too where the kid's talking to Spock and Spock's just like, this kid's fucking smart.
Yeah, he's like, have you ever reprogrammed all of subspace to be better than the shitty thing you have? And Spock's like, no, it never occurred to me. And then it was a great, later on in the episode, he's like, wait a minute. This kid told me about a secret subspace channel that, oh, look, there he is. I found him because he told me how to find him. It's very good.
Ethan Peck is such a good Spock.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I really like him.
So
everybody's so good.
Thing, well, we are very much not fans of Khan Jr., but everyone else, yes. My good thing, something about the moral conflict of this in the last act has the vibe of a 60s sci-fi story. Like, and as Devlin pointed out, as Amanda pointed out to me, this is very much an Ursula Le Guin story. The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. Like very similar plot, apparently. Or I read a short story, or I listened to a short story collection audiobook once of sci-fi stories read by Star Trek people, and Nana Visitor pronounced it Ursula Le Guin. And so that's how I always think it's actually said.
Ooh la la.
Probably not, but that delighted me. Anyway, because that story was written in like 1973, like that kind of tracks that this cribbing from that feels like that late 60s.
Oh,
vibe.
yeah.
And it feels like the kind of story they would have done on the original series if NBC in 1968 would have okayed it, which they never would have.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
We can't have like a dead kid. Can't you make it like a dog or something?
Like, he doesn't even rescue him.
Well, it
He
would have
just
been
leaves and the kid dies.
Kirk lets the planet explode, and Picard has Data do something where they fix the machine forever.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
there was always a way out.
Yep.
Yes.
And Sisko threatens them until they do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Which wouldn't be my go-to for Sisko, but I keep being reminded of the time he just straight up blew up a fucking Maquis planet. So
Yeah.
yes, it would actually.
Well,
And yet
but
somehow
the
I still
most
like
annoying
him better
man drove
than,
him to it.
Archer.
Yeah, that's fair. Comment Javert. But
Gonna have to
Dylan,
shoot so many uniforms.
no, that was the other guy. That was Cal.
Right. I always forget that.
he shot
Yep.
his pants.
That's how you know he's serious. So your good thing kind of dovetails with mine, Devlin.
It does, yeah. I also really liked the 60s feel of it, the sort of neat, tidy morality of it. I liked a lot of, I mean, the machine was created in time immemorial and nobody knew who created it or why they're torturing the
Yep.
kid. Even that sort
Yep.
of like grandiose nonsense that came
Yep.
up in the original series. They could not have killed that kid, and damn, did they kill the hell out of that kid. My good thing is the dead child corpse,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is so absolutely gruesome. The last 10 minutes where it suddenly becomes this horror show.
I love it so much.
Uh,
God.
They really embraced the parts of Star Trek that they can do in 2020s and that the 1960s could not.
Yeah,
I can't get over this face of this dead child.
This to
Fucking
me-
Allura going like, no, he should look at it.
Yeah,
No, you're here.
It's good for
In
him.
for a penny.
Yeah.
But
Let him see what his gift will give to our people. Oh my God.
Which ends up being a
This
part
is-
of their philosophy is like, well, we moralize it by facing the evilness of it. It's like, okay, but it's still the evilness of it.
to me, this episode specifically is sort of the thesis statement of Strange New Worlds. It justifies the existence of the show. It's like, why are you doing the 60s again? Oh, this is why. Because first, you can do that great aesthetic, but a little with some money this time. And second, you can tell these stories without having to pull your punches. And,
Well, there's
okay, yeah, that tracks.
there's always a place for fucking sci-fi to be like, hey, check it out. This reflects on what you're going through right now. Especially now when everything is shit.
Yeah, but think about it. We have said over and over again, Star Trek keeps trying to do that and it's not very good at it. And you as a particular horror aficionado, like you keep pointing out how Star Trek wants to do good horror and almost never does. And here they
No, it
pull
just
that
does
off.
aliens over and over again.
But they pulled off good social commentary and horror
yeah.
in a way that almost none of the 900 preceding episodes of all the other shows have done.
Yep. No,
Like
and
this-
they pulled back the sheet and the Crypt Keeper was there.
Well, that's I guess that's where suffering can reach. I don't know.
This is where suffering can reach.
Lift us up to the basement where the suffering is.
Pike putting his boots back on. Well, I wasn't so. Jesus.
Holy crap.
I know,
Oh man,
again,
when he like, they have to like beat him down to keep him from saving the child, and he wakes up to her face, and he's lying on her bed, and the way he like can't control himself to get the fuck away from her is amazing.
Yep.
My memory of this episode, having seen it when it dropped 2 or 3 years ago or whatever it was that he did save the kid, that he took the kid and let the planet die, and like I don't know why I remembered it that way. It's because of his intensity there, I think.
Yes.
That's
no,
what
and
I remembered.
like we were talking about this before the episode. I love. He's just like, the kid, did he suffer? And she's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Wow.
This is part of my quote too. I mean, she leads with he says like, "What is the machine going to do to him?" And she says, "We don't really know."
What's it going to do to him?
We don't know. The machine needs the neural network of a child to function. Our founders designed it that way. We don't know why. We've hunted for centuries for alternatives and found nothing. It's the purpose of my research when we met.
Will they suffer?
Yes.
We can't poke at it; it'll break, and we'll all fall into the lava and acid that makes up our planet.
Well, at one point when they think they've lost the kid, like up on the Enterprise, the planet's like, "You don't understand. You've doomed us." And he's like, "Wow, it sucks, but it's just one kid, man."
It's like,
no,
all right, guys,
no,
settle
you
down.
don't get it. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have built your planet flying over Bowser's level. Jesus.
This is maybe my one issue with like the intrinsic logic of the episode. Is like, it's just go to another planet, man. Even the people who
There's
went to
so
another
many.
planet could have gone to a better planet.
Yeah, well, that was how they sort of detectived out that these guys weren't like it's barely habitable, but they had to go. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Let's see, Maggie, what was your bad thing?
What was my bad thing? Oh, yeah. So Alora's speech about how the Federation is also built on the backs of dying children, and it's probably better targeted towards us, the viewers, in a, let's go with less than ideal world than Chris, who lives in a society that, from the way it's set up, should not have starving or suffering for anybody, unless they're being killed by Gorn or Klingons or flying pancakes or whatever. Like, that line is important, and it should be there so that the dopes watching this will realize what the episode is actually about. But also, Chris can pretty easily say, no, we don't have that anymore, and also nobody gets tortured. We invented replicators.
I'm worried that modern Trek is still on the fucking Section 31 thing. Like,
That is true.
like you have to have us to have paradise, and people do still have to suffer. And like, okay.
I hate, like, getting back to, like, the original. I hate bringing up Gene's visionary vision because it pisses me off. But, like, the idea is that technology got us to a place where, like, no, people have roofs over their heads and foods in their stomachs. Good God, can you tell that I am a writer? Jesus. Like, that's kind of the point. And, like, we've gotten far enough along and everything is good enough that we can go out and, like, see what else is out there purely for science purposes, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say you're not wrong, but the episode does make it personal for Pike, where it's like, hey, this thing's going to happen to you, and we can cure it with our super perfect planet magic. But also, like, you know, do you want to look like the kid, or do you want to know that the kid is looking pretty bad?
That is true. I forgot about that.
Is this kid
And
your
it's
Dorian Gray? What's going on?
It's a nice parallel because he knows that he ends up looking like that because he saved a bunch of people.
Yep.
I didn't think about that until just now till you pointed it out that way. But yeah, I thought I would hate Pike knows his future. This is some fantasy prophecy bullshit, but they keep finding angles of it that I really like.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate how well that works for this character and, like, how it's changed his, like, how it's affected him as a captain and as a person.
I said this with the first episode when he points out, like, he basically turns to the camera and says, here is the way I am not like Kirk, which was a little heavy-handed, but he said, I can't cheat death. And, like, I like that fundamentally, like, for this show that's copying the other show, it's like, yeah, but the central guy's very different for this one very important reason. Like, he knows his death is coming and he can't do anything about it.
Well, and also very much like, you know, it would be the easiest thing in the world to just not go to that planet when it's time to fucking sacrifice yourself. And he's still like, no, I'm going to do it because, like, I can't let, like...
Well, he's also watching...
I can't let these people die.
He's also watching the careers and lives of those kids he's going to end up saving. So, like, he's already getting invested to the point where he couldn't turn away if he wanted to.
Yeah, I love that. What a great character.
What a great show.
Hot too, by the way.
Yeah, it's so hot. Holy
Yeah,
Devlin,
have
you
we
weren't-
remarked
you
on
weren't
that
wrong.
yet? About his
I mean, you
incredible
mentioned it in
hotness?
your summary, but I feel like there's more discussion here.
Why is everyone so sexy?
They're so hot.
Disco was like that too.
This is a crazy thing to say because Rebecca Romaine was a supermodel, but everybody on the show is hot in a way you don't also like we got Ortegas and we got Mbembe and we got Carol Chapel. Everybody's hot in a way that you don't usually see on like NCIS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they
There's
do
something-
try to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, there's something about Chapel's face that I just want to stare at it all day.
Mm-hmm. No, they try really hard to do that Star Trek multicultural thing in not just you see different like shades of skin, but also like everyone looks very different from one another, which
Yes.
adds to the feeling of diversity, which is good.
Man, Chapel looks like my cat who sometimes looks like a human. Who is also beautiful.
But you don't think everyone's beautiful, apparently, speaking of your bad thing.
Oh, speaking of my bad thing, I am open to be like corrected and adjusted on this, by the way. I really don't like Alora's actress. I've seen her in other things. She's just community theater to me. She doesn't have the gravitas to like hang out with Pike or to make these big speeches. There was like 30 seconds where she was flirting in bed with him, and I'm like, okay, she can be like a human does, but whenever she needs to,
yeah, she's an important figure on this planet.
and it's just, I'm even trying to find what I wrote because I could probably vamp on this. Such is my deep loathing. She's. I just find her to be underwhelming.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I think because she had the vibe of throwaway performer that Kirk sleeps with, like it added to the 60s-ness of it for me. Like you're not wrong now that I think of it, but because so many of those guest stars were, not all of them, but a lot of them were just, I don't know, here's a hot 60s looking girl, like whatever, fine.
Well, I put it to you that this is a thing that contemporary Trek can do better is cast.
You're right.
Like
you're right.
60s girls who are hot and smart and
100%
can lead a planet.
I think that's why I didn't notice, because my brain says this is what belongs here. But you're right. They could have made it better.
Another thing to kind of complicate my bad thing is she's from a show called The Librarians that Rebecca Romaine was on and that Jonathan Frakes worked on. And it kind of has that lovely, we're all casting each other, we're all friends vibe that you get in Deep Space Nine when the same actors show up again and again.
Yep.
So like I don't
really
hate that she's been cast. I just don't want her in this episode.
Yeah, that's fair. I did. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I had real I've seen this woman somewhere before vibes, and like I've never seen The Librarians, which as far as I can tell is like sort of her big thing. The only thing I could find of hers that I'd seen was the Dawn of the Dead remake from 20 years ago. I'm like, that can't possibly be right. She would have been a child.
She would have been a child.
Well, I mean, you by your own admission have face blindness, so like
I do. There's some
you're
other
confusing her
voice
with someone
though.
else. Oh,
Put her in the machine.
Yeah,
Put her in the child machine.
I liked the look of her. She took to, like, I liked the aesthetic of this planet, and it's very dumb. Like, you called this out, Devlin, and you're not wrong. It's very Renfest, but it's Renfest with technology, and I don't know. That worked for me. It's kind
I
of
love how fucking dumb it is, to be clear.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
This planet
It
looks
is very
perfect.
dumb. Yes.
the guards in armor with their spears that shoot lasers
Yeah.
is
all
so
I
funny to me.
Yep. That actually, like, that was my bad thing, was just that, like, I had a hard time finding a bad thing because I really like this one, but that sequence with him, the one guard who faked his Franklin Mint coin and he's running through a hedge maze, just like, you could have done better. Like, you clearly shot this on the campus of a community college or something. Like, you could have done a little better with
Yes,
this.
but it was a very pretty community college, Al.
Oh, no, it was. Maybe an actual college, but even still, it didn't look like... So many of the alien planets now look so much better, and all the buildings and all the interiors look good, but this exterior just looked very... we went to a nice public park or something.
The floating cities in the background were so cool.
The floating cities. There is a shot when he's running through the hedge maze and you can see, it's like a shot from above and you see beneath his walkway is like the clouds and
Yep.
and like eventually the ground, which is pretty striking. I think I said like it looks like a Star Wars prequel, except people are allowed to run around.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I definitely got some, specifically Naboo, like where Queen Amidala was from. Like, strong vibes of that there. But I really liked Alora's costuming, like her formal, not when she's mostly naked in the bedroom, that was fine. But I mean, like the big elaborate bullshit that she shows up in, like.
I like her. She has like not chainmail, but like a woven sort of armor looking thing that like I'm a big fan of. It turns out.
I didn't like a lot of the color stories in her earlier costumes, but the like blood red shoulder pad headdress thing that she has in the last couple scenes is
yes
tremendous.
Hang on, I gotta put on my torture hat.
I think at one point I wrote, it looks like she's wearing Skims by Kim Kardashian, but with harnesses over it.
Wait, was that the fucking hang on, don't tell me. It's like a merkin? Didn't Kim Kardashian make a merkin recently?
Well, that wasn't what I was referencing, but yes.
Okay.
And also like 1,000 points to you for knowing.
I know that because of a British panel show. I'm not actually aware of that.
This was she was wearing like a whole bunch of stuff, but underneath it was a jumpsuit that was almost exactly her same skin tone. Which I'm like, wow, that's a really difficult choice.
How are you going to sell that
look at?
also?
That's so weird. That's also what her Fortnite skin wore.
We had another moment. I'm just remembering from last week when the reference was made that Lieutenant Kyle, or is he a lieutenant? I can't remember. Kyle,
I think he's a chief because he's the transporter chief. So.
Oh, you might
Kyle.
Yeah, but it's Kyle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But someone mentioned how mean he is, like one of the junior officers.
So funny.
Really? That guy? He's like 12.
The bit where they beam away and Pike turns to Kyle, it's like, hey, who told you to do that, buddy? And he's like, I swear to God, Captain, I'm so sorry.
I didn't do it. They did it. I'm sorry.
You can't blame it on me.
Why?
I'm sorry for what I done.
Pulled a full fucking Grappler Zorn.
Yep.
My apples are just too shiny, Captain.
I think he is a lieutenant.
Also, this is the This was the episode where I noticed that the transporter room has a what I will only describe as a closet that has lights in it.
Yeah.
And I love that. Just a big open door with like a bunch of shiny crap inside.
I mean, how much more Star Trek can you get, though?
It's true.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
Captain. I got to go check in the shiny room, see if I can fix a couple. I'll be right back.
No, it's like a full-sized makeup mirror. Like it's lit on all sides, and you walk in, and you can see everything that way.
Speaking of the interior of the ship, there's also like the kid gets fake kidnapped and hidden in like a storage container. And they're walking around the halls, and there's just storage containers and like baggage everywhere. It looks like someone forgot to pick up their suitcases at the airport.
It looks
what
like
is this space and what is it used for?
looks like they moved in months ago, and they still haven't put the boxes away yet. Like, come on, so unprofessional.
Pike just walking around. Guys, I feel like we have rooms for this kind of thing. Sorry, Captain. Those are for the yard sale next month.
It's giving my basement, and I expect better from Star Trek.
Look, if we're storing a live child in the transporter buffer, surely we can keep some boxes in there, right?
No, because it's filled with child.
Oh, well, in this case, that's true. But that's not what they're rated for. That just happened this time.
I'm not even mad about the boxes. Just organize the boxes.
Yeah, stack them up. Yeah, but then we get a wharf. Oh, wait, that hasn't happened yet. Never mind.
No.
A worse situation. I was just thinking, like, weren't they always taking inventory of their boxes on
That's
the
why they
next
kept
generation?
falling on him.
I feel like that's a thing they made the lower decks do a lot. Like they were down in the cargo container, the cargo section or whatever, counting the
Yes, and
crates.
actively describing it as a wharf situation.
Probably. There's a bit where at the beginning they remind us about Mbenga's daughter, and
Yes.
he takes her out of the transporter and he's reading to her, and she's like, "Dad, you read this part to me already." And he says, because to her it's continuous. He beams her, he puts her back in and takes her out, and no time has passed. He's like, "Sorry, it's hard to keep track of this." Like, did they lose knowledge of bookmarks in the future? You could just put a little tab there to remember where you left off. Like,
I mean, in their defense, how much paper do you see lying around the ship these days? You know, like, it's not like he's got like a receipt in his pocket or something.
dog ear the page.
Get a pen. Take some notes.
Yeah. So put one of those little thin isolinear chips in there. That'd make a good bookmark.
Yeah, there you go.
Or like the old school original series, like they look like diskettes, like the flat plastic, you know, those things.
I've got a collection of Marvel trading cards I've had for about 30 years now that I still use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
Maybe they're still around in the 23rd century.
The book I finished just had a Death's Head 2 card sticking out of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I use postcards that I've gotten from people.
Oh, that's also good.
Yeah. That's my pro bookmark tip.
I can't, because it's all ebooks and audiobooks for me now. I'm trying to think of the last kind of bookmark I use, and I can't pull it. I feel
Audience,
like we all
write in and tell us about what your favorite bookmark is.
Okay, but I do want to know.
Audience, write into Devlin and let them know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we all made the reference when that guard had a coin that was defaced. It's like, oh no, it's Two-Face.
Harvey.
Uh-huh.
What an embarrassing conceit to move the plot along. Like,
Yeah, it is. We all gave you medals. Let's see your medals. And no one had the thought to go, they might want to see my medal. I should make a fake medal.
This is like a prove your authenticity thing. So I should probably have, like, it's like if your passport is shredded and you get to the border, like, you're fucked. Like, you need that thing, man.
it'd be nice if it had like a utility beyond being a symbol.
Yes.
And when you choose to defect, you have to deface the symbol.
Like shooting your uniform.
Yeah. Like, guys, I feel like we could probably do something better and symbolic. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're terrible spies.
Mm-hmm.
Allura has a line about like, it's like gravely dishonorable to deface a sacred symbol. And it's like, what? Like ancient Roman AU fan fiction fucking is this? What are you talking about?
I mean, come on. Half the aliens in original series were ancient Roman AU fan fiction.
That is true.
Well, I probably would have loved it more if she hadn't said it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. She is your bitch eating crackers for some reason.
100%. She's just whistling crackers.
I love it.
It's very important. And
it's like
regal,
whenever
and
Maggie
crackers spilling out of my mouth.
I can't throw you out of bed for eating crackers. It's your bed. I just like whenever like Maggie gets something in her teeth like that. This is a Maggie level rage at something that didn't even occur to me.
She is my shovel. She is my fan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also, in your defense, you also couldn't dig anything up with her, so.
What else?
What else? There's a gal on the bridge, the person in the Chekhov seat named Mitchell that caught my attention as someone who's been noticing them building. I
think
building the next crew.
I think I remember that happening when like this aired and people asking about that and getting the impression that they were trolling us.
I was just like, is that Gary's sister or something, you know?
Could be. Like, if I remember correctly, Ortegas is based on someone from The Cage who was a dude named Ortegas. And that was just like, they're just like, yeah, no, you were looking at it wrong. Is actually a woman. It's fine.
All that Vaseline on the lens in the 60s.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you could just say The Cage is not canon, like the Menagerie's canon, but The Cage is.
I mean,
so,
I would say that right up until they fucking watched it on TV.
Well, yeah, that's true. But they cut a bunch out. They didn't watch the full episode.
True.
They watched selection, so maybe Ortegas didn't show up there.
I'm sorry, Captain. Anything cut from this episode is not canon, especially the part where I smiled.
The women! I remember that because we've watched The Cage 7 times on this show now.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to watch it 7 times.
Well, we're building to another one.
Yeah. If the last episode of this show is not The Cage, I will be shocked.
The thing is, Disco kind of did that when, like, Michael went to that planet. So
I guess that's true.
they might do it again, but
Yeah.
all right. Anything else? Oh, I do have one other thing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This would have been my quote. We only get a brief appearance by Mustache Kirk. But there's the whole thing with Connie showing Uhura how to be a security person and just being a total asshole to her. The whole time.
Take your break. The union lets you take a break.
Yeah. And there's a she's standing right behind me, isn't she moment? And she's like, well, why don't you tell her yourself? And he goes, no, I'm conflict averse. And he just walks
And then
away.
runs away.
Yep. Like, wow, you are nothing like your brother.
That is the
He's
only way to use that
conflict
character.
Yep. He's great. I love him. I
He's
love
got a
the
mustache.
in the first episode where, like, here comes Junior Officer Kirk. I'm like, what? Really? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yep.
Don't let him cook.
Yep.
Let him say the funniest thing and then run out of the room.
And his budding friendship with Uhura has been great. Like, I enjoy him.
There's something between the mustache and the blue shirt. It's so anti-Kirk. Like, I love that so much.
That feels like an intentional choice.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. When he pops on the bridge the first time, and you're like, well, that's not. Oh, Sam. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kirk.
Yeah.
He's Kirk if he was never stabbed by the Nausicaans. We got it.
Yes.
Failure Kirk.
I know you...
I would
No, go on. What?
I would never grow a mustache. Oh, really, Mon Capitan?
I know you're all burned out on Khan, but she did get a moment to be a good boss, and I did appreciate that when Uhura did all the legwork, and she's like, "Tell the captain yourself, you did it."
That was
thing is,
nice.
That's what we're supposed to think, but she negs her the whole episode, and then basically she says, take credit for the thing you did, and we're supposed to think, oh my God, she's amazing. And like, that's base level fucking courtesy. Come on.
I know it's been a while since you've had a boss, but it's nice to see.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't argue that.
I also, I mean, like, they could have punched it up, but Mustache Kirk made me think, like, maybe they were trying to play it for laughs.
Yeah, it's just, that's the only angle of her character so far. She's just such a, like, my trauma when I was in the camps. Like, okay, Tasha, dial it back.
People are mean to me because of my last name. You can do something about that.
Yeah, that's a real easy fix.
From 3 people who have changed their names, take it from us.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
No.
Lon,
We
have you
live in
considered, like, I don't know, Smith or Jones?
Just
Enterprise
fill out
doesn't have
that
any of those.
preferred name field, man.
Yeah.
HR can't say shit.
No,
and
it rules.
Pike wouldn't. I noticed in this episode, Pike refers to almost the entire bridge crew by their first names. Have you guys caught that?
Yeah,
like,
I kind of like that.
I've seen captains do that with people they're like Sisko would do it with like Dax, but it's different when you're not really friends with them. He's just friendly, and like, because there's someone, I think it was Mitchell actually, and he called her like, I can't remember what her first name is, but he addressed her by her first name, and he's done it with Ortegas as well. He's like, Erica, take us in. And like, I love that. Usually that would feel overly familiar, but he makes it work. So
the anti-Picard.
That was all to say that he would absolutely like respect the pronouns and correct anyone else who didn't. And like, you know, the preferred name thing, same. Just like Pike would be the one telling everybody, no, that is La'an Smith.
Yeah.
Say it right. All right. Anything else?
Lon Smith is so funny. I want to watch that show.
Yeah, man, I would love to see Lon Smith.
I have a lot more mean stuff I wrote about that lady.
Well, if you'd like to get it out there, please do.
I think my new thing to entertain myself is going to come up with just like, there hasn't been a murder here in 40 million years.
Sorry, I was bracing myself for a list. Is that?
No, that's the only one I feel comfortable reading and being
All right.
recorded saying.
No, our notes are all pretty rough. I don't expect you to just like regurgitate them or anything. I just, I was hoping that meanness just you get on a fucking was it like Joan Rivers or something roll where you just like keep going with it.
The tubes are necessary for our people. You who know prosperity but do not gaze into the darkness of the tubes.
Oh, that wording is A+.
That's a fucking 60s ass Trek title if I've ever heard one.
Gaze into the darkness of the tubes.
No, you have to include the you who do not.
Yes.
You who do not
Uh-huh.
love lift us up where the eagles crashed into the tubes.
I want to see the original Trek episode that where the title is so long they have to pull out another title card.
Mm-hmm.
They have to cut to another screen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You just see like Gene's hand putting a new fucking title card in. There you
Spilling
go.
crumbs all over it.
Yep.
The first servant died on his way back to his home planet.
No, he died on his own planet.
The first servant died up in the basement of the clouds of his home planet, which is made of acid and fire and bad stuff.
The basement of the clouds. I will say, she is the opposite of a type of character that you criticized in our other show, because she is the opposite of my baby. This is the polar opposite of a woman screaming, my baby, because she's no, kill that baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's
Take my baby.
the defaced other side of the coin of my baby.
Oh,
Because she has my baby energy.
Mm-hmm.
My baby has to
Yeah, but
die
she's-
in the tube machine.
Yeah, but she's pushing the stroller off a cliff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else?
I want to watch that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's the original Trek episode where the title is just the entire lyrics of Do They Know It's Christmas at All?
All right. So next time we will be doing an episode called The Serene Squall, which is a very good original series type title. But
Oh, I'm stoked for this one.
do you remember which one that is?
Yeah, this one has one of my favorite characters in it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't remember. And I guess, because there's people, I always assume there must be people watching for the first time. So I really don't want to spoil
No, I'm not-
anything, but I want you to tell me.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you after the episode.
Oh,
But
very
tune in next week, I
Oh.
guess.
Yeah. Oh, I just looked it up, and yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I don't do this often. I looked at the schedule because I wanted to make sure I get this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one is your summary, so you do get that one.
Syrup of Squall.
All right. So as ever, the website is postatomichorror.com. If you want to write to us, it is postatomichorror@gmail.com. Patreon is patreon.com/Algar. Devlin, you got anything else before we sign off?
You should read The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. Omelas is spelled like Salem O, but backwards. It's on the Internet Archive. It's 7 pages long, and it bangs. I read it this morning.
I'm
By
going to read
Ursula
that.
Le Guin.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's all for this time then.
Yeah. See you, folks.
Bye.
The Post-Atomic Horror Podcast is a co-production of Maggie Robotham and Ron Algar Watt. Copyright 2026. Please don't sue us. We're just doing this for fun.